Hiya, how you doing? This week I've had two conversations with strange men. Not strange conversations with men, but men that I've never met before. And I felt compelled to come on here to talk to you about menopause and relationships and how important it is to talk about it. On Monday I was at an organisation giving a talk on menopause. It was a whole wellness morning, well, a whole wellness day. And there was the optician there. He was listening to my talk before he was doing some sessions. After the day, he came up to me, shook my hand, he says, "Thank you very much, a really great talk. Can I ask you some questions?" I said, "Yeah." So he asked me lots of questions and he just went, "Oh my word," he said, "when he was talking about painful joints and waking up in the middle of the night, it just really hit home to me." He said it was like a light bulb moment. So I asked him lots of questions. His wife is 44, and every morning she's saying that he's put the heating on in the middle of the night, and they've looked everywhere for new shoes for her because her feet are so painful. They've changed the mattress because her lower back is so painful. And he said, "Oh my word, what do I do?" I said, "We'll go to your GP and have her blood tests done and have a look if she's early 40s, and they can have a look at the bloods to see where her hormones are." And he was so appreciative, and he said, "But how do I broach the subject with her?" And I said, "Well, you know what? I've never actually come from this side before." I said, "Perhaps you should get a book off the internet and just sit down and have a chat with her." And I'm sure she would appreciate that. Second one was just a minute ago. In my building, there's a guy coming around putting in new CCTV. He came into the studio and he's talking about kettlebells and he's talking about his wife and her exercise and her painful joints and da da da. I said, "How old is she?" He said, "Oh, she's 43. So I said, "Oh, okay." So I asked him lots of other questions. He said, yeah, she's waking up in the middle of the night." He said, "She's really forgetful." He said, "She was always sharp as a nail." So we got chatted and I gave him one of the leaflets to my event, and he's going to bring his wife along. Rewind a good few years. When I was told I was menopausal, I hid it from myself, which was the wrong thing to do. When I found out I was menopausal, I didn't shout it from the rooftops, not like I do now, because I was in a really, really dark place. Greg was listening to me on the radio show. I rang into BBC Radio London. Dr. Louise Newson was on there with Vanessa Feltz. And I was talking about all my symptoms, and Greg was listening in the lounge. And afterwards I came and he just sat there and he said, "I had no idea you were feeling this bad." And he said to me, "I thought you didn't like me anymore," which made, it's just heartbreaking. Also, one of our friends, I don't even know my husband, he's 7.5 years younger than me. So a lot of his friends' wives are starting to go through perimenopause. And one of our friends was staying a little while ago and he said, "Do you think doesn't like you anymore?" He went, Yep, I think she really, really doesn't like me and she really hates me, and that every time I breathe, it really upsets her." And I said to him, "I can guarantee you, she does not want to feel like that. She will," and I've had a conversation with her because she's a really good friend of mine, and she said, "Jane, I can't shake this anxiousness in how bad I'm feeling and how annoyed I feel with life and everything." And I reassured her, and it does pass. But it's so important to speak to your partner about it, because relationships really suffer during menopause. I'm amazed that we got through it. But it's so important to talk. And now I say, sometimes I get really overwhelmed and my anxiety can be bad if I've not been looking after myself. And I sit Greg down and said, "I just need to know, you need to know what's going on in my head." And he listens, he goes, okay, all right, yeah. And I said, "I'll probably be fine tomorrow, be fine next week, but I just need to know, you need to know what's going on in my head and how I'm feeling. And it's not you. So just give me a wide berth, or just take everything I say with a pinch of salt." So talking is really, really important. It was so nice this week talking to those two gentlemen. coming from the other side of it. And he said, you know, the last guy, the CCTV guy, said, oh God, there should be more about it. And I just laughed. I said, there is, but there's still not enough. So talk about it to your partner, talk about it to your friends, colleagues, people at work, siblings, children, because it's really difficult when you're going through menopause to think rationally and to act rationally sometimes. We've all been there, I've been there, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's good to talk, and we have a great community of Mennos on here. So I just thought I'd jump on just to share that with you and say it will be okay, I promise. Have a good day.